Getting live. Here I am. Man, I'm starting to wear more scarves. It's to cover this up right here. Right here. That's what I'm doing. I'm covering that up. Ah, on TikTok, I've been what is it called? Something black girl shower or something like that. And I've been watching a few of them on their showering techniques and what they do to keep their skin so soft because, depending where you live, I mean, here in Calgary, it's so dry. Um, and just to make sure, I mean, I could go in the shower and lather up and moisturize, but I'm finding that after a while, then my skin gets very dry and I get itchy. I get itchy spots. I don't know about you. I get itchy spots. And so I need something that can help. So I've been watching these girls. So I've started a bye, Steve. Have fun. I've started where I can what is it? In Amazon, a little Amazon little sort of wish thing. And so I can start um purchasing some of the lotions and that. I know I could probably go to um Walmart or wherever else to get it, but I don't know. It's just easier for me to do that. And begin to get certain items. I think I know where I can get some of the loofah things, the African loofah, because there's quite a few African shops here in Calgary, so I could probably get that there. But some of the when it comes to even for my face, and I'm finding my face is changing. Like, I mean, I don't know about you. After you cleanse, like my face is like red. It doesn't matter what I use. Honestly, it doesn't matter what I use. It's the Irish. I don't know. It's the Irish coming out and so I get very very red even though if when I get my makeup, the makeup tinge, it's usually I've always gotten like a porcelain because I'm so white. Actually, I'm very white, but I tan quite. I get I'm like yeah, I tan dark, but when I tan, I go quite I go dark. But what I have been finding for my skin and stuff like that, of course, I'm getting age spots, and my daughter said those aren't age spots, mom. Those are um sunspots. And she goes, that's probably because you were out in the sun too much. I'm like, no shit. I come from a time of getting a baby oil, lathering the skin out and frying out in the sun and just sizzling away. That's what that's the era I grew up in. And because I was always prone to very bad acne, like I had what they call cystic acne. So I have a lot of scarring on my chest. That's what that is. That's the scarring. And I got scarring on my back. And so sun, heat, and that usually help to dry it up. And the only thing that actually for me that worked, and I took it for quite some time, I had to pay for it myself, and it was expensive back then, was Accutane. And I did that when I was like 18 or 19 years old. So I wasn't in any sexual relationships at the time. They're actually called liver spots. Yeah, that's what I know. That's what my mother called them was liver spots. And Olivia says no, they're not because she works in a high-end spa with doctors and they deal with that. They are not caused from the liver. I thought they were. So I thought, "Oh my god, I got to stop drinking wine." And no, they're caused by the sun. Yes, they are sunspots. They're caused from the sun and the change in the melanoma. I don't know, but anyways, she explained it to me, and that's what she said. The doctor said they were at these high end spas. Now at her spa, to pay for to go to her spa, there's a membership fee, and there's one that she might be moving to, which is a little bit different and it deals with a lot of hormone things and they have a little workout area and stuff like that. It's $6,000 for the year. And there's doctors and stuff like that that are there and um I was like if she gets the job, if I get a discount because I like the idea of how they work naturally with the hormones, right? And then I have the spot or the place that she works now, which is a very high-end um place. I think they pay for the year, it's like over 13,000. So, you know, and that's that's sort of, what a lot of people, and they're busy. Like these places are busy. These spas are extremely busy. And I can see why. I can see why. Like when I was younger, I used to be so on cleaning my skin, getting everything, doing the masks and everything. Then, and this was BC before children, right? So then, you know, 80 after death. I what happened was I didn't take as much time because having 4 kids running around, and you sort of end up in a routine where you're not taking care of your skin as much or taking care of self as much, so I found. So now I'm coming to a point where it's like, "Fuck it, I need to start taking care more of my skin, everything else." So I'm stepping into this time even though in being a nutritional a nutritionist, being a nutritionist and being a herbalist and all of that, I know these things, but life really, through many different things, or even financially, like financially to do some of this stuff, it is expensive, right? I mean, just to get a face serum. I mean, face serums are, you can get some for $25 to um 150, $200 or whatever for some of these face serums. And I mean, because it costs money to get all the ingredients and put them together and bottle it and do whatever you have to do it, which I totally understand. But to continue using them, like if you find one that you really like, I know Charlene has one and it's really, really awesome. Like once you start using it and you find that it works, and then you're like, holy shit, I gotta get it. I need another one, right? It's like, okay, I gotta make sure I got 25 bucks, for me on such a limited budget right now, and not only have a few EIs left because I didn't get a full year of EI because I only worked for 6 months. So I only get so many weeks, and so my EI is slowly running out, so this is where it's like, okay, I gotta be on a sort of a set budget on what I can buy and what I can't buy kinda thing, so, yeah, so, I mean, the joys, and still trying to make, also with the business. That brings around another thing about when it comes to the business. I mean, we're in a very beautiful energetically where, if you're wanting to be enterprising and get things going, this is a really beautiful, um, push kind of energy to make things go. I'm always amazed and admire when people do make it. Like they open their shop and then, "Oh yeah, I have readings every day," or "I have this every day." I'm in awe with all of that because it's only little glimpses in my career that I've actually had that, right? And because for me, it's always been a hustle, a grind to, from markets to big expos to getting out there promotion, paying for different ads. I've done that. I've done the Facebook ads, the Instagram ads. I even did uh it wasn't Craigslist, it was the other one, and putting ads in there, and I got a few responses and stuff like that when I was doing it. But it's a constant, um, grind, and I can see how where many of them have, they've started either a subscription page to get subscriptions. Substack is a really big thing where people are doing Substack now and getting more followers on their Substack and doing Substack, and also doing Patreon. And I did try Patreon, but Patreon was like Unless you have consistent people coming in and buying, and people, you have the set people with the different tiers, then you can make some really good coin. Like Chateau Lalonde, I mean, she makes on her page, I mean, she's one of the top Patreons for creating and for bringing in an income. And so she's done a very fabulous job with her, um with that and doing that. She's very much, she's got that energy to do it. She's got that pizzazz. She's really fun to watch. She's lovely, she's pretty, and very personable type of energy with her. So anyways, creating. And even when I see others within their own metaphysical and seeing how they have grown. There's another woman called Jillian, and she's done some fabulous. She has her workshops. She does excursions every year. She goes to Scotland and Ireland and does the goddess thing. She has a very huge following, and I mean, she's done very, very well for herself, and it's really nice to see. And that's what I love. And this is kind of like the energy if you really want to get things blossoming and growing and really moving and shaking. And for me, that's definitely what I want to do. In creating the courses that I'm creating, like this, the one for June and July and August, I mean, there's going to be booklets and everything that are going along with it. Now, with those booklets and stuff, I want to put them, I'm looking at Etsy. Now, I know a lot of people love, hate Etsy, whatever, but it's a place where you can upload, have the digital downloads, and then people can purchase them. And then that's it. Like, you don't have to do anything else. And any site that you go on, any of those sites that you go on, whether it's Patreon, Etsy, Shopify, they all have fees. I mean, because there's the back end, right? They're making it easy for you to drop everything in and create your business. And you can do it on Facebook and stuff, but I find that a lot of, you it doesn't matter. They're all saturated. You really have to have that perseverance and go out there and do it. And that's what I'm finding. I'm like, this is where it's like, okay, more Saturn is going to be going into Aries on May 24th, right? So that's when I have that class about Neptune and Saturn coming together, and especially in the helio and the geo. And this is like letting you know, like, this is new beginnings, new starts. That's, because Saturn has already made it all the way around the chart, and 0 degrees, it ingresses at 0 degrees, and that's when they're coming together. That 0 degrees is the beginning start. It's the start of spring, right? So it's a new start. And so we're coming into this new start, getting things moving, getting things going. Tomorrow, Venus comes out of retrograde. And this is where if you have, any relationships and stuff like that you've started or you ended, I mean, people from your past may come forward during this time. So you might be getting a text, a phone call, or something of somebody from the past coming forward at, once she goes um, into the light, and I feel like this is like, okay, us all coming into this light, into these new beginnings. And a lot of the workshops that I'm starting to do definitely is coming with a booklet, definitely is coming with something. And even so, then I can upload that onto, say, Etsy or different ones and create that shop. That's my idea anyways, and doing it. And doing those promotions, and a lot of energy right now is going back to Venus and Aries. Like, even with Mercury's in Taurus, he's coming up to the sun, and the sun is going to be snuggling up to um Uranus for the last time they're going to meet in Taurus for another 84 years. So this is a once a year thing that happens with the two of them. And so I feel like this is, as she's starting to nuzzle up to him, this is like putting that concrete of everything that's come out of this full moon, of what you are wanting to let go of and what you are wanting to step into and create. And that could go back to what I was talking earlier about health, and looking at, what are the things can I do to start really bringing in a healthier lifestyle, bringing in things that are more viable. And I'm starting off with wanting to, bring things in for my skin and making my skin. And plus, I love to smell pretty. That's a big thing. I love to smell pretty. I don't do my nails. I've never done my nails. When I have done my nails, it's just, yeah, I just don't do my nails. If I paint them, I might paint them, and then it's to me, doing your nails is a pain in the ass. One, I have to wash my hands. Two, I don't like, long nails anyways, and I don't understand long nails. I like to zip up my own pants. I like to pick up my stuff off the floor. And, I don't personally, I don't think long nails can clean you as well as what you should be cleaned. That's what my mother would say. Anyways, that's what, so I think that's the other other reason. They look nice, they're sexy. I think a lot of girls, they they love to do it. And I find a lot of older women, they really start to do their nails. I think that they're trying, it's part of their youthfulness, and wanting their youthfulness. So I see a lot of older women, 65 and older, do that. Everything you just said, I can do, no issues. Yeah, well, I mean, some women, yeah, exactly. Um, it's just, yeah, I just sort of wonder, and then you get poop underneath your nails, and ugh, yeah. Um, these are the things that go through my head when I see that. Same with gardening and stuff like that, and you get dirt and everything on your. I just like, no. Even if you wear gloves and stuff, it's this is where my mind goes. That's where, my mind goes down these little alleyways. It's kind of crazy, but fine. My daughter does her nails. I know Charlene does her nails. I know many other people do their nails, and that's fine. That's what you like. You know, but this is where mama's head goes. So the things I love to do is bringing things in that I can, and looking at what I want to create. My creation comes out in my booklets and what I want to do. I know many people have said, could you make it with less color so I don't have to buy as much ink and everything else like that? It's I just want I, that's where my artistic energy comes through. I am artsy. I am crafty. I call myself more crafty than artsy per se, and I like to bring in that little craftiness and do things a little bit different, per se, than what other people do. So, and I want to bring that element into my into my work. So, doing things like that, I feel the energy's there. The energy's there. It's starting out. Um, this is where I feel it's time to get off the pot. I mean, if you've been feeling really low and depressed, and I know some of you have, I know I've gotten a lot of emails from people that are not feeling well, that, this is a time where, you know, the heaviness of the energies is heavy. There's a lot of heavy energies. There's a lot of, where people are feeling uneasy, or, restless and feeling overwhelmed, dealing with a lot of things in their lives, whether it's financial, whether it's health problems, whether it's family issues, whatever, work issues. There's a lot, that's the other side of this energy that could be really coming up for people. And this is where it's okay, I need to get through this. So what do I want to do to get through this? And it could be, it's a day-to-day thing. It won't be something that happens overnight. It's something that is a day-to-day. So you have to go at your pace, right? This is allowing yourself to go at the pace. And this is where you have to, I just looked down what I wrote today. It's like, be on my mind and on my lips and in my heart. So what is on your mind? What do you want to have on your mind? Right? And what do you want to speak about? And what's the energy with your heart and stuff? What do you need, hon?
The keys.
What the key? What keys? The keys for the door. They're in there.
Okay,
Okay.
no, I didn't see them there.
Okay.
And I know I don't have.
So, anyways, I love it when he interrupts when I'm doing this. So this is where this energy is coming in. It's like, what do you want to create? And this is going to be like a step-by-step process. That's one of the reasons, again, I'm going to slip in about the workshop that's coming up on the 24th. It is really because this is a new start. Saturn, what are you wanting to construct? What do you want to create? Neptune, with the imagination and sparking that initiative, right? Aries is the entrepreneurial. Aries is the spark. So what is it that you want to do within your own spiritual realm, within the realm of your health, when it comes to your finances? I mean, if you are a whiz or people in finance and somebody who's good at it, this is, I mean, it is a good time if you're able to look at what can I finance? What can I create? And what can I invest in? This is a really good time to be doing it. Yeah, they're talking about the economy. But there's so many things that are growing. So many different parts of the economy that's growing besides AI. There's a lot of things to do when it comes to the copper and the gold and the silver and everything else. There's other industries that are growing um hugely in the world, but you're not it gets overshadowed by what is Carney and Trump talking about, and it's like I really don't give a fuck. Like, they're going to do what they're going to do. They're not going to consult you on what they're going to do, right? They're going to do what they're going to do. So you have to do what you need to do. You need to start setting into your mindset of what you need to do and what you need to create for yourself. And what are those steps in doing that and creating it? Because we have such a beautiful energy of new beginnings that are coming here. It is something that's going to move very quickly. It is an energy that is not, especially when Uranus is, I think in a month or two is going to be coming out and going into Gemini. Things are going to start moving, like things, rapid fire with energies, rapid fire when you see things starting to happen in the world, both good and bad. And this is where it's like, okay, right now I'm coming off of this full moon. I'm coming off this energy, and of all that craziness with the shadow work and the depths and that it takes you, where it's like, okay, I want to put these things into place. How do I put them into place? What are the what's the first thing that I do? What's the date I'm going to start doing this, right? So you can have a date. So June 1st, I'm going to do this, or June 15th. It's not to do it right now. It's starting to plan and put those things into place. That's where this energy is coming in. And it's allowing for you to say, okay, if it's not in June, well, maybe I'm going to start doing this more into the fall. So I'm going to plan now. It's like if you have Christmas and you do Christmas markets. Well, you're not going to make your Christmas stuff the month before. What God, hopefully you're not. You're going to start making your Christmas stuff even now. Like, what are the things you want to sell at that market? What do you want to start promoting at that market? Right? You don't do it 2 weeks before or a week before, right? You want to plan this out so that you have it, so you can strategically lay out what markets you're going to do, how are those, and then what you're taking and everything else. That's where the strategy is. That's where the energies are with it coming in. And it's allowing for you to open up, right? And open up in some really beautiful, um and the word strategic ways, beautiful yet strategic, right? Because even if you watch something budding out, it has a plan, right? You don't think it does. It looks like it just popped up through the ground. No, it had a way of how it's popping out of the seed and spreading its roots, and the way it's going to maneuver up through the soil in order to sprout, right? And going into that direction and moving into that direction. So I think today is a really good planning day. It's a good day to really look at what are the things that I really want to go forth in, even if I don't. I know, um I'm going to say this, even if I don't get anybody signing up for June, July, and August, um, for the workshops and stuff, which will be fine. Those things are going to be putting them up and just throwing them up on Etsy or throwing them, selling the booklets on their own, and they're going to be sold in a way that you buy them, you do it. You're not going to get any self direction from me. Like taking the classes, you get self direction. You're able to contact me. You were, if you have an issue or you have questions and stuff, you can email me, talk to me, and everything else. That's fine. And then we have our little get-togethers at least once a week, where if otherwise it's just like, here's the booklet, it's self-directed. Here's a booklet, it's self-directed, and you do it on your own. So this is allowing yourself to free yourself. And the other thing is to move away into a direction where you are free from any crazy drama. Had drama this morning. Mateus didn't want to take his vitamin pill. Olivia had to get to work. She was opening the shop, so Olivia had to leave. Usually his Uncle Eddie's there. And so usually Olivia leaves, and then I will come in and pick him up just before school. He starts school at 8:00. It's just down the road. Well, he didn't want to swallow his pill this morning. He can't swallow his pill. He's not very good at swallowing pills. And so everything he's ever taken before has usually been a chewable or liquid form. But this is a new pill that he's vitamin, and it's helping him with the cold sores and stuff that he gets. It helps him with getting the calcium. It's lycian, L-lycian. And what it does, it's really good for the cartilages, it's really good for the bones, and it's actually really helps, especially because he has extreme growing pains, right? And when he goes through a growing spurt, like he's in a lot of pain. Anyways, and it's to help with all of that. He wasn't going to swallow the pill. So I opened it up, I mixed it up with some juice, he drank it down, it tasted funny. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, my tummy hurts and everything. I'm like, your tummy wouldn't hurt right away from just drinking that. I'm sorry. In fact, you didn't even get a lot of it in because it didn't really dissolve in the water because I couldn't mix it up, right? So, oh my God. And he goes, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah, really. You could have, whatever. Like, I think he was trying to get out of going to school for whatever reason. He's always trying to get out of school. So anyways, he came out and I said, this is what you took. And I Googled it and I showed it to him. And that's the whole thing is like, I Googled it, I showed it, I explained to him, this is what you took. Now, tomorrow when we take it, we're going to try and get you to swallow it, but you're going to take lots of water beforehand. And then as you're drinking that water and swallowing it, we're going to get the pill in there. So drama, lots of drama. So, and how bad it is. And then because he was all upset, but I can usually calm him down and get him to sort of be calmer and not so frantic and freaking out about things, because things can just explode on him easily. So that's the other thing too, is like looking at what your limits are, right? What are your limits in your own life? For me, this morning we went and picked up Steve's sister, and they wanted to go to certain places. Fine, I don't mind. I'll drive, but I'll sit in the car. I'm not going in those places with them because I know my limits. I know that the craziness of the energies of going in some of those places, I just like, I ain't going. I ain't going to touch a foot in them. But Steve will go. He's very good at it. That's why he does a lot of the shopping in Walmart and stuff like that. And then if I go, what ends up happening is that he gets to he can feel my anxiety or my like, oh my God, I'm going in here, I'm getting out. This way, him and his sister can do their thing. She's a Sag, he's a Scorpio. They just go through, they do their thing, It's quite hilarious. So, but just knowing your limits is very important, and understanding your limits so you're not getting to a point of frustration or overwhelmness, right? And a lot of times people can get that and get triggered and just like, "Ah!" And you're like, well, I don't know what you're getting all upset about. I mean, it happened again, like yesterday. Olivia told me, no, soccer's at 6:15. Fine, we go, we take them. It wasn't at 6:15. There was a bunch of little kids out there running and doing their soccer practice, which was adorable to watch, by the way. Just watching them, these little feet just running. And you see some of these, and then trying to do some of the exercises, and they're not totally coordinated yet. Just totally adorable. Anyways, and it was the wrong time, and she was all upset with me before because it didn't give me the address. I needed the address. I couldn't Google the spot because it wasn't coming up and letting me know what the spot was, the address. So she got, upset with me. Which is fine. I said, okay, thank you. And then we got there. I'm like, are you sure it's at this time? Because this is what she goes, no, Mom, I said it was at this time. And I'm just like, no, you didn't. So I went through the chats, took a picture of it, sent it to her. And she goes, oh, my bad. Yeah, you're bad. But I didn't make a thing out of it. I'm like, yeah, okay, no problem. I said, are you coming to get Mateus? She goes, yes, because his practice wasn't for another hour. So she came and got him, took him home and take him back. But that's the thing. It's like, you can't, people are going to be like, blah, 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 all over you and blah. And you just like, you're coming from this crazy spot of this energy that's out there. And I feel like the energy, how I see it, it's like a squiggles, these little squiggles that come in and they like, oh, can't get in you, but I'll get into this person to see if I can get into you, kind of thing. So, like these little cartoon squiggles are jumping all over the place trying to irritate people. And and it's like, no, squiggles, you're not. Not today, not today, baby. You're not squizzling and squizzling me today. This is not happening. I'm not allowing it to happen today. No, 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 no. I got my coffee. It's not happening. So today, if you need to, do a planning day, right? Take some time, plan, look at the things you want to create, and see if you can do a time of when you want to start to promote it, when you want to start doing it, what kinds of things you would like to do, and just start on one, like one thing. What is this one thing? And if you are starting to feel overwhelmed, if you are starting to feel, okay, this is getting too much, take a step back, shake it all off, put some music on, go for a walk. Then you can come back to it later. All right. This isn't an all or nothing kind of thing. It might feel that way. I know it might, because I know I can even, I can, not that I'm anything extraordinarily or different, but I'm feeling it too, where it's like, oh my God, I got to do this. I got to do this. I'm freaking out. Okay. I can't freak out. I got to allow what is my mind be, it's like, I want to take the divine, and the divine be on my mind, be on my lips, and be in my heart. So be in my head, be in my mind, be on my lips, be in my heart. So bringing that in with what you are doing, asking the divine, asking your God and the goddess, be here with me, be on my mind, be on my lips, and be in my heart. And I ask for your guidance as I walk upon this path. So take that time today. All right. So we'll pull a Earth Magic card. Put these guys over here. We'll do Earth Magic. Earth Magic. And see the beautiful energies that are coming out from the Earth Magic. And if you want to book a reading, get a hold of me. We can book a reading, get you in. So if you're wanting to get in on the class, it's $88. And if you want to do payment plans on it or pay me, you just have to let me know. Number one thing, just let me know. and I write it down. And if you need a reminder, definitely I will remind you. I hate reminding people about that, but it's part of the job. It's part of the curriculum. Let me see. Waterfall. Just allowing things to be effortless. Effortless. Just allowing yourself to flow. Be like the waterfall. Allow yourself to go. Allow things to just to not try and force things. That's why you want to bring the divine into your mind and onto your lips and into your heart. You want to bring that forth to be with you, in you, and around you, and all that you say and all you be and all you do. Allowing that to be, that's the divine will. That's the divine timing. When you do that, it becomes effortless, and then you can get into your creations. Allow for the creations to happen, right? Allow those sparks. I love this. There's just so much happening in this picture. I mean, there's the didgeridoo he's doing. There's, all of these things that he's creating. And it looks like, I mean, the dream time is very much by the water. It's very Neptunian. You got the turtles, and you have the crabs, and you have the starfish, and you have the earth and the planets, and the ancient ones. And this is all swirling around us in this beautiful magical energy that comes around that allows us to do this effortlessly, to bring this and allow this creation to happen. So set forth and figure, set out a timeline of what you want to create. Now, I'm wondering if he did, was there, an affirmation? You have come to the edge of your comfort zone and find yourself fighting the resistance to moving past the perceived precepts of who you are, how you can be, and what you can do. Spirit is asking you to step beyond the edge and allow yourself to do so with ease rather than struggle. Remember, yesterday we were tiptoeing right on the edge of the cliff. Here it is. Yes, it's time. A physical exertion is necessary, but when performed with fluidity and grace, even when the task seems daunting, know that you can do this. This is like the flow is there, the energy's there. Keep your focus at your solar plexus and your breath, breathing through any tension, relaxing, yielding to the movement that is occurring at any given moment makes your life effortless. And then the dreams come in. That dream time. I've never gotten a dragonfly before. Here it is. Your breath is the crossover between spirit and physical reality. Thank you. Breathing comfortably and steadily helps you align yourself with spirit, which then brings a clearer focus on what creative expression is. So you're going to get that creative self-expression in all creation while you smile upon it. This is allowing you to move, to come into that creation, come into that spirit, come into that alignment. And when you come into that alignment and that beauty, I said I never get the dragonfly. I got the dragonfly. I never get the dragonfly. You close your eyes and tune into your breath, breathing slowly as you notice your breath becoming steady and slightly deeper than usual. Observe the urge within you that is begging to come forth in some creative action. So there's an urge there, and sometimes that stress, that anxiety is getting you just to go a little bit farther, getting you to push a little bit more further than what you've done before, right? And this is where that's where the creation comes in. That's where the self-expression comes in. And as the self-expression comes in, it allows for you to emerge. It is broadening the consciousness, and the heightens you and getting you to these places that you never thought you would be, because you took the step. You allowed yourself to go down the waterfall, to go into the flow, to allow for the changes in amongst things feeling like, oh, I cannot do this. I'm overwhelmed. I'd rather stay in my room. No, get the fuck out of your room. Get the fuck out of wherever you are and move, create, pick up the pencils, pick up the paint. Allow yourself to get out there. This is heightened. This is a perception. Since it is inevitable, it is best to surrender to the flow and allow yourself to gracefully move into the next. So it's inevitable. It's going, it's like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to allow myself to embrace it and go for it and create it. Or I'm going to sit here and bitch about it and bitch about my relationships and bitch about my job and bitch about all of this stuff instead of taking the effort to make the changes with it. Yeah, baby. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. Have a blessed one, and may the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you and all you say and all you be and all you do. And if you want to buy me a coffee, you could definitely buy me a coffee at thegurumama@gmail.com, e-transfer. Definitely. It helps to support, keep the lights on, all that kind of good stuff, gas in the tank to get me to and from. Have a blessed day, everybody. We'll talk to you probably tomorrow. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.